everybody. We got a game in an hour. Luckily, I've done a bunch of prep work, and we're just going to kind of run through it. Things we can expect to bring into this game, unless things go completely off the grid. With these players, who knows? We're going to try and incentivize them to go one way or the other. So, I came up with adventuring mechanics. These are basically stolen right from Forgotten Lands, I believe. It's an OSR. Fantastic. At least what I thought was really good. Interesting, but yet mechanical adventure exploration mechanics. So I stole those. I reformatted them to a 3-5 friendly kind of take on things. We've got the day. We broke it up into 6 4-hour chunks. And then we just roll with it from there. There are limited number of actions the players can take during this time. We have random encounters. We have mishap tables in case they flub on one of those things they're trying to do. Got mishap tables. We got mishap tables. We got mishap tables. It's going to be fun. So this will make survival and being out in the wilderness actually fucking matter. Other than just climbing up a mountain with 0 gear, 0 training, and expecting to get across the other side scot-free. I feel this will ramp things up a little more just to set that kind of tone in with everybody. So, prep for today is pretty loose just because we don't know quite where the players are going. And we don't have something we want to kind of shoehorn in immediately. So this is a bit of a development episode. So we have them going either one of 2 ways. They either cross the bay, or they move further down the coastline to then cross the bay at its more narrow, to make less of a trip of it. If they go south further to cross the bay where it's more narrow, they will run into elves, which shouldn't be on Ikoria. This elven settlement, we'll say, is the only one. They highly regard secrecy, and the party will be branded somewhat similar to when they were branded with the giants in Caldor Vega, where they should never speak of Caldor Vega. So they will be branded. They'll meet these elves if they kind of dig deep enough, and honestly they don't even have to dig that deep. We're going to introduce spell jamming and spell jamming ships. For those of you who know, you know. For those of you who don't, look up D&D spell jamming, and you will sort of understand. And then look up elven ships, and you'll get a better idea. We've got some things for the settlement, Alabastrum. I have random imagery I found online. We have imagery of that one place in Lord of the Rings, that like Aragorn's from or something. Minas Tirith? I don't know. And then we have them moving through Ketria. If we get to it, we will get to one of Crag's next iterations, if you will. Crag the Warforged has had a voice in his head for a while, and we haven't really known what to do with this voice in the head until things continue moving forward and we kind of get a better and better idea of it. I am going to excuse me. I'm going to introduce flow metal. This is a material from Dune. The prequels prior to, I think, written by his son, not actually Frank Herbert. We're going to introduce flow metal. We're going to transmute part of Crag's body to flow metal. and apply these mechanics, this will be a moment where he's kind of listened to the voice in his head for a while, and it's like, it's starting to get crazy where like he's on this new plane, right? And he's brought most of his friends, abandoned some others. This will be a physical, irreversible change because he's followed this path. This will be a physical representation that he is committed to whatever this voice is, and he's here now. How much control does this voice have over the flow metal if I only have so much of it? Who knows? I love it. The tension's fucking great. We have a few more plans for the late game. When they do finally get back home, it is going to be ass on fire, balls to the wall, fast and aggressive with plot. They're going to get home. They're going to realize their friends hate, like the friends they abandoned, Sho and Alay, hate them. Took the land that they started developing and made a hell of a keep, made a small empire out of the place that works tangentially to Sho's family's empire out of Cradle Thane. Big fucking deal, right? They're going to run into old characters from our very first and our second session. We are going to then throw in just like demonic things coming through. There's literally a war now, like a large-scale interplanar war going on. We've got the three, what's it called? Not progenitors. Three Beringers of basically the apocalypse are going to show up. They met them back in Kalral's tower. They're going to show up. They're going to each control a different faction of this great war, which it will originally just be like local peoples versus demonic evil entities who have taken over Truvala. Then these three are going to come and introduce themselves and just complicate the shit out of stuff. And the world is going to quite literally be on fire. It's going to be very interesting. I'm looking very forward to it. Unless they hop on a spelljammer that I'm introducing and they just set sail and let it all go to shit behind them. Totally fine. So yeah, we are foreseeing getting things ready, talking over plans. This is what we're expecting today from the players. Move towards Tao's extraction point, where he's going to go meet up with the Illumian Council. And those are key things we can expect. What we want to expect is they either cross the water and go into Ketria, which will then be random encounters, and then Crag's big thing. Or they move south, and they run into elves, which we will then introduce spelljamming, and it's basically a little side quest before we go into Ketria and move down the main plot line regardless. After they do that, they will move into Ketria, and I'm assuming if we've gone through all of those, we'll probably be out of time for the night. Starting to get a better view on how long sessions really last for, or how long I could really like engage their attention. So, we're pretty ready for tonight. We don't really need to write much. I have a little bit of a Ketria random encounter table, but they're not going to be able to roll it for long enough, and I have enough that we can just cycle through them. Depending on what they roll, low, medium, or high, I'll choose one of the low, medium, or highs that I think are relevant to where they are at the moment. Or if I just want to see what they do to this thing, and I want to scare the shit out of them, we'll drop a bomb on them. That's close to what they rolled. Other than that, I think we're pretty much ready. 40 minutes to game time. We will see you all there. Thank you for watching. I'll make a video about this adventuring thing, but it's almost completely ripped off of Forgotten Lands. So I'll talk about it anyway because I think it's super cool. We'll see you guys at 8 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, all that good shit.